What's up? Welcome into your Daily Buckeye Blitz for a Tuesday, July 9th, 2024. I don't know why I say July like I'm from the South. I'm not from the South. I blame my wife for hillbilly ways or rubbing off on me. Something's rubbing on me. Hey, that's what she said, right? Anyway, sorry for the mediocre comedy. Let's get into it here. Please visit thebuckeyecast.com. Check out the shirts, hats, gear. Get yourself ready for football season that's going to be here before you know it, man. July 8th, we're less than a month till fall camp opens up. You got a couple weeks until Big Ten Media Days. That's coming up soon. So there's going to be stuff to talk about. But we're plowing through this summer, and we're continuing our freshman focus series on a 2024 freshman, Gabe VanSickle, today from that place up north. So let's get into it. Let's talk about him. First, looking at his recruiting profile, he was 6'5", 283 from Coopersville, Michigan, 4-star and 9087, nationally ranked number 283, number 17 interior O lineman, respectable. He had offers from a lot of D1 schools, Boston College, a lot of MAC schools, but plenty of Big Ten schools as well, even Stanford. So high academic kid there. But when he was offered by the Buckeyes late in the process, VanSickle couldn't pass up the opportunity to play for Ohio State. He is the only scholarship player from the state of Michigan on the 2024 roster. So Ohio State's 2024 offensive line class was filling up. If you remember last year, we got commitments from the Armstrong twins, Deontay Armstrong, Devontae Armstrong, and Ian Moore out of Indiana, Mark Nave from Toledo. Remember, he was a one-time commit, Toledo Whitmer. Plus, the Buckeyes went big fishing, big game hunting for Jordan Seaton, the 5-star tackle in last year's class. Still can't believe he ended up at Colorado. So the Buckeyes seemed done with the position group in last cycle, but then Mark Nave wasn't really developing. Buckeyes kind of cooled on him, and they kind of asked him to decommit. So that was in September last year. So that opens up a slot in the recruiting class, and the Buckeyes had to add another offensive lineman. So that's when Justin Fry went to work on Gabe VanSickle, and he was committed to Northwestern at the time. So again, kid's pretty freaking smart, man, getting into Northwestern and offers from Stanford. VanSickle took an unofficial visit to Columbus for the Penn State game on October 21st. Then he received the OSU offer that completely changed his recruitment. He took his official visit for the Ohio State game against Michigan State on November 11th, and then VanSickle decommitted from Northwestern 10 days later. He committed to the Buckeyes 2 days after that on November 23rd, and he was the fourth and final offensive lineman in the Buckeyes 2024 class. So when VanSickle first committed to the Buckeyes, he was the 41st ranked interior O lineman, number 613 overall in the class. Now, as I mentioned, he's up to number 17 interior O lineman in the class, number 283 overall. Quite the jump. He had a good junior year or senior year. So going back to his high school years, VanSickle played left tackle primarily for Coopersville. He helped lead the team to an 8-3 record his senior year. He showed his physicality, explosiveness, and aggression on every snap. He also played basketball and track for Coopersville High. He won the Division II Michigan High School State title in shot put back in May with a throw of 61 feet 2 inches. Impressive. That was back in June, actually. I think that's when those track meets were. Anyway, as far as immediate impact, VanSickle was a standout run blocker in high school, but he comes to Ohio State as more of a development project in his first year or two. He's already bulked up to 315. So after being listed at 283 as a recruit. So at 6'5", 315, he'll need to improve his footwork and acclimate to the speed of the college game. He's prepared for the development process in front of him. He had a quick quote here, quote, "I want to just keep getting stronger and better every day, because if you get 1% better every day, that adds up after a while." Good point. He believes going against some of the best defensive linemen in the country every day at practice will allow him to maximize his potential. VanSickle also said, quote, "You want to go against the best to be the best. Obviously, that's the main goal at Ohio State, is to be the best. And they have the best defense in the nation. So if you want to be in the best, you've got to go against the best." He was a summer enrollee, so he's just been on campus for a few weeks now. Before getting on campus, VanSickle had been working on improving his game with the help of Ohio State coaches through video calls, like Zoom calls and things like that. He also was doing lifting and agility drills as part of a workout plan given to him by Coach Mick. And then the Buckeyes look for an improved offensive line in 2024. It has to improve, right? They'll count on VanSickle to provide depth and be a regular on the scout team. He's probably going to redshirt as a true freshman, though. But long term, although he'll primarily be a left tackle in high school, he projects as a guard for the Buckeyes. He also has the potential of playing center, depending on how he develops. His first shot at earning a spot on the 2 deep will probably come in 2025. He'll face plenty of competition to earn playing time. Carson Hinsman, Josh Padilla will be in the front runners at center next year. And then Luke Montgomery, Tager Shabola, Austin Sarabeld, Devontae Armstrong will all be battling for the guard positions, because you'll have left guard will definitely be open when Donovan Jackson leaves. So, plus you got the possible additions to the 2025 class. Do we land David Sanders, or do we land any other interior guys? Hopefully we kind of have to. We just have one interior guy right now and one tackle. So that will affect things. VanSickle's best shot at earning a starting job will probably come in 2026, most likely, just because of the guys in front of him. But that gives him plenty of time to develop, which he's going to need. So a player comparison would be Demetrius Knox, if you remember him. He redshirted his first year at Ohio State. He played primarily on special teams in 2015. Then he was slowed up by injuries in 2016. He took over for Brandon Bowen as a starting guard the last 8 games of the 2017 season. Then he started his final 20 games as a Buckeye before the leg injury forced him to miss his final 2. But like Knox, VanSickle will redshirt as a freshman, then likely play primarily special teams early on. But he'll look to follow in Knox's footsteps by developing into a quality starter for the Buckeyes by the end of his career. So look for Gabe VanSickle out there. Just got to go to work, put your head down. I'm sure he's grinding his face off right now over the summer, and hopefully he can get some good development reps over fall camp, and we'll look for him in 2025. So I got for you today. Talk to you tomorrow. Go Bucks.